Hello everyone. Uh, Welcome back to my channel Sukhi Learn. I am Sukhjinder Singh Virk. You can call me Sukhi, and I am today here to discuss the solution for the board game season 2 treasure hunt challenge, which is the week 4 challenge. Now, once again, before I start discussing the solution, I would like to thank Automation Anywhere for resharing my video that I created for challenge number 3, and this is what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Automation Anywhere, for resharing my tutorial video. This is highly encouraging, and I highly appreciate that. Well, thank you so much. Thank you very much. And also, thank you everyone. Thank you, Lara. Thank you, Micah Smith. Everyone who has reacted to my posts on LinkedIn, watched my videos, commented on my videos. Thank you very much, everyone. This is really, really encouraging. Thank you very much. I highly appreciate it once again. Thank you. All right, then let's start once again with the challenge for week 4 in a moment. All right, so let's talk about the challenge which is here available for this week. Now, this has been created by Akshay More. Akshay, great job. This is a very good challenge. Very nice. I really like this particular one. So it is not just about string manipulation. There's also text extraction involved from an image. But this is what it is. The first step is to you go to this image and extract the text from this image, and then there are hints given over here for each letter. So there's an 8-letter word involved. You have to follow these instructions to extract each letter. And once you extract all the letters, you have to then shuffle and make a word out of those 8 letters. So that's the challenge. Very interesting one. Now the first part is obviously extracting text from image. Now this is the image. I will open this in a new window. This is the image from here. I have to extract this and store it as text. The first thing that will come to my mind is always use the OCR action and get it done. So let's take this URL, and I will actually build that right now in front of you. Let's see how what happens. So I have an option available here to capture image by URL. So all I have to do is pass the URL here, and I don't do anything else. We just choose a variable. So I choose a variable here, hunt text. So save, and then I will log it to a file. That's what you will do normally. Where I will say save it over here. It's a thunt.txt. What do I need to enter? Thunt. That's the variable that I need to enter. So I'll keep moving here and there. So now I'll save this, and now I will run the bot. All right, then let me just run the bot and let's see what happens. Okay, let's open the text file. Yes, so if you look at this text file, it looks fine. It has the data that is required is extracted. However, if you look closely, uh, this word is not captured the way it should be. I mean, it's not extracted the way it should be. Now, the semicolon is missing. Now, the semicolon plays a very important role in this particular use case because uh, the letter number 5, uh, we have to manipulate or extract the required letter on the basis of the semicolon. So when I first built this bot, I created, uh, I extracted through OCR and I extracted letter one, 2, 3, 4, and for letter 5, I applied a different method to extract the text, and then I worked on getting the required letter by manipulating the string basis on this condition related to semicolon. So what did I use? I used Google Document AI. This is the actual code, the V1, where I have used only Google Document AI and I've not used OCR. So I'm extracting the text using this, and then I'm uh, applying all the logics that are required to extract each and every letter on that particular text, which is extracted through Google Document AI. Now, Google Document AI is available here, and it has connect, extract, and disconnect. So basically, what it exactly means is, uh, so I will create a separate tutorial on how you can get this JSON file created, and how can you create this processor which has a processor ID and project which is having a project ID. Now, these are the identifiers which works with this particular type of action. Now, I will just show you this thing here. So this is how the project looks like. And when you create a project, it allows you to create a processor. Now, when you click on the processor or create processor, it gives you the first one you can see is document OCR. So you can select this and then you follow the instructions to create a processor. So first you have to follow the instructions to create a project in the Google Cloud platform, and then you have to create a processor. And there's a particular process you need to follow. Once you follow everything correctly, it will give you the option to download the JSON code that is required to connect to this cloud Google service that you're creating. Now, what does the JSON? So I don't have to do anything. I just have to follow the instructions, and then the JSON code is automatically generated. So what does that JSON code looks like? Let me just show you a glimpse of it. This is what the JSON code looks like. Now, please understand, you don't have to write this. This is automatically downloaded from the Google Cloud platform. Now, what is this? If I have to explain, so if you've seen my last video, uh, there I explained that every language has a rule, and there's a specific syntax in which you write. So that rule is called a syntax, and every language has its own syntax. Now, what I can explain in simple words is that this is nothing but a connection string. Now, if you have done coding and if you have written codes where you connect to databases, so basically you have to provide a connection string. So connection string is nothing but a particular set of information that is having all the required parameters with values in order to connect to a particular source. That is what a connection string is all about. So, in simple words, what I can explain this is that this is nothing but a connection string which allows the program, wherever you are using it, to connect to this particular project which you have created and use this particular processor or service so that you can use it in your program. Now, here, this is exactly what I'm doing over here. As you can see, this first is I'm providing the JSON thing over here. So, which is nothing but the first part is to connect to the required project in the Google Cloud platform that you have created, and then you will start doing the extract uh, exact function that you want to perform, that is extract from an image. So as I will have to pass the image as a path over here what I'm doing is first I'm downloading that image directly from the given URL, and I'm saving it in one of my folders as image1.png, and then I'm passing it on by after connecting, I'm passing it on as my source that from where I need to extract the image. Now this is a project ID which gets created. As you mentioned here, this is a project, as you can see here, this is a project which I created. So it has an ID, it has a processor ID. Uh, I will share that in separate video. But that information gets generated once you create the project and once you create the processor. And all you have to do is just copy paste that information over here. And like you start a session with Excel or any other, Excel is the best example. You have a session name here also. There's a session name. This name is same as this name. So basically, it will extract. It will pass on the information to that particular service that we created in this project, and then extract information. Now, once the information is extracted and saved in this variable, then you can use it for processing. Now, I'll show you the difference. So what I'll do is I will copy this part and I will paste it over here. Now, once I do that, so I will just remove this and say, I will change this path as well. Let's not disturb the source. And say I will give the name as google.txt, right? Say I'll stop after this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just using the Google Document AI action here to extract data and store it in the text file. Let's see if this extracts the semicolon. All right, so let me run this and see what happens. Okay, let me see if it has come correctly. Yeah, so there's a lot of things over here. And if you observe closely, this is where the text that we need is available. And it has few things like these in that. However, the important part, I have got the semicolon, which is coming over here. Now, I will give you one more example of extraction using the Google AI document. So I'll close this. All right, so I already have created an image called my text.png, and here this is how I've written the text, so it should extract everything correctly. Now let me pass this as the required path over there. Everything else I keep it as is. Let me just drop the taskbar. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Right. So here you can see there's all this stuff over here, and again, the required text is here. So if you notice, the basic before and after is the same. So you have the same thing before and you have the same thing after. Now, what do I need to do? So what is all this? This is all related to JSON syntax. What I'm required to do is extract what I need from this entire set, and that will create my final text from where I will start performing all the string operations. Now, let me just go here and change the extract part, or rather explain you this. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm using the before and after option of the command over here. So I'm using the standard pattern. So after this and before this is the end, and it starts after this particular piece, and it ends before this particular piece. So I'm extracting that particular piece of text from the extracted text, and I'm storing it in a variable called extract. Ex is extracted text one. Now, now this represents the apostrophe, and if you notice in the text which I extracted before, or I rather show you the image directly. Let me show you the image. It says my friend's name. So the apostrophe is represented by this thing. This is how it is represented in the extracted text. These are fixed values. So apostrophe will always be represented by this particular piece. So I'm replacing that with apostrophe with the required, uh, as per the requirement. And the backslash n represents a space. So wherever there's a space, there will be backslash n. So I'm replacing backslash n with space. And then I'm writing the file again to the given text file. That gives me the right output. Now I will go to the actual code which I've written here, and you can see here again I'm uh, converting the image which is available, and this is the name of the file which I was given here. Then I'm connecting to my Google Cloud platform. Then I'm providing the image file for data extraction, text extraction. Once I'm done with that, I'm extracting text before and after this, and then replacing the this particular code with apostrophe and backslash n with the space. Once I perform all these tasks, I get the final text file the way I want it to come. Now, if I go ahead and say stop, so we done this much, and of course, I'm disconnecting the session which I started. Now, let me run this. It takes a while sometimes to start. Yeah, it started now. Okay, so it just created the text file that is required. Let me just open the text file. This is the one with the extracted syntax. And this is the actual text which we want, right? So it is as per the image which is given as a source, and everything is as per the requirement here. So That's how. That's I think that was one of the difficult task, or the task that really required some effort to apply some thought and uh, get the desired text in the right format, so that then you can perform all the string actions correctly to get all the 8 letters the way it should come. All right, now the last piece is basically extracting uh, each letter. So letter one is basically saying that Jane's parents identify the location where Jane's parents stay and extract the text using the after clause. So you have to identify this. It says her parents are still in Boston. So still in you can use as a separator, and then use a substring to extract. Now I will just show it to you. So it's logged out. Yeah, I'm done with this. So I'm splitting the text on the basis of still in these two words, and then on the second part, I'm picking up after and putting in city name, and then using the substring to pick up the first letter. The letter 2, which says identify Peter's daughter's name, and then get the third letter using the substring action. This is the letter 2. So I already have the split text. So I'm further dividing the index number 1 on the basis of school. And from there, I'm picking up the text after that, and I'm storing the third letter starting from the third letter, the one letter in letter 2. Similarly, the rest of the operations are pretty straightforward. If you go for 3, you have to extract it from the word intention. This is pretty straightforward. Now this one, identify the word that contains character semicolon and split the word using semicolon as a delimiter and get the first letter. So what I've simply done for this letter number 5 here is I just split the string based on semicolon in two parts, and then I'm picking up the first letter. Definitely, this will work if there's only one word with a semicolon. And this one is the reverse. You can use the reverse function here, which is available in string, or reverse action rather. First you reverse it, and then you pick up the second letter. I'm I've hard coded this value over here, and I'm picking up the fourth letter. So the eighth letter, yes, it involves regular expression, and this is how you provide regular expressions. This is the way, this is the syntax to provide regular expressions. This is one website which I found, which is I find it very useful. So there's a sample text over here, and you can type a regular expression over here. Now, if I have to simply write a regular expression to extract the word replace, this is the word. So it is starting from a capital letter. Say followed by a small letter, and then it ends with a CE. Yeah? If I provide this pattern, it clearly here identifies the words which are having that particular pattern. So there are two words available over here. Now, if I know that the word is of the length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I can make it very specific also. I'll go here and say this is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, say it can then specifically go on to the word which is starting with a capital letter followed by another four letters and ending with CE. So this is the kind of regular expression which you need to enter in order to extract some specific pattern of text from the given source. And in our case, I will copy paste the text file, which is this one, is having the entire text, and I will replace it with this. Definitely, there's no word which is matching this pattern, but I'm looking for a word which ends with a OL. So can be starting with followed by a number of letters, but ending with O, which it gives me two letters. So what I'll do is I'll extract the position. So I will extract 380. So 382 is the position which will be getting extracted as the first position. And I will use that to go ahead and perform my string function. So that's what I've done here. It starts from that, and I'm extracting the entire string from there. And then I know that there's a full stop over there, so I'm separating that from the full stop. And then I'm extracting the fourth word from that. So this is how I'm extracting all the eight letters. And I will be leaving the links to this particular thing in the description. And also, there's tutorial available on an Automation Anywhere website, which is explaining how you can work with the Google Cloud platform. So I'll leave that link as well in the description. So please use that. Now comes the last part is I'm combining all the eight letters. So these are not in the right sequence. I'm using this website in order to go ahead and get me the output that is required. And then I'm performing the basic tasks of searching that word and then capturing the word. So this website gives an output. Uh, it shuffles the words to get the right word, and the most